Well, howdy there, guys. So, in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. For one, I'm holding the microphone. Two, I'm up at my grandparents' house. So, that's different. Sort of. I've done some videos up here, but yeah, this whole setup here is different. But really just wanted to go ahead and spend some time today talking about the Apple M1 chip and Linux because it's all in the news now of, Linux is coming to the Apple M1 chip, and I think people are genuinely actually pretty excited for it, which blows my mind. Because why? If you've already bought an Apple M1 product, their MacBook Pro, their Mac Mini, whatever, you've already bought one of those. Aren't you like deep into the Apple ecosystem? Like, and which, let me go ahead and preface this by, if you're already in the Apple ecosystem, yeah, and you're considering leaving and getting out into something that actually respects you, like Linux, I mean, go for it. But if you own an Apple M1 chip, you're probably, sucked up into the Apple ecosystem pretty hard. Mainly because, well, you've just spent a ton of money getting a new Apple product. So the thing that just really doesn't make sense to me about this Apple M1 chip and people being excited trying to bring Linux to it, if you're the type of person where you're just a tinkerer and you like, tinkering around with new hardware and software and stuff like that, yeah, I could see having an Apple M1 chip product and trying to put Linux on it as a fun project. But I feel like there's a ton of people out there that are actually waiting for Linux to hit the Apple M1 chip so that they'll go and buy it. Which, now, I may say that, and I'm sure, tons of people out there that are like, that's not me, that's not me. But I've seen one person that's talked about it like he's waiting for Linux to hit the Apple M1 product so that he can go pick up one. And if you are that type of person, like, why? I mean, if you think the M1 chip is awesome and you think Apple's going to do, great things with it, wouldn't it make more sense to wait for the second generation chip? Like, I don't know any product that launches and the first generation of the product is the best and it never gets better after that. ThinkPads are just about the only things that have like a earlier generation product that in most opinions far outweigh the later generations, like this Lenovo yoga book that I've got. I really like it, but even the ThinkPads that Lenovo puts out now, the keyboard is pretty similar and stuff like that. So I know a lot of people that don't like these newer style Lenovo laptops, but even the ThinkPads that people are talking about, as far as I know, those aren't the first generation products. Like, so if you're the type of person where you want to run Linux, but for some ungodly reason you also love Apple products and their hardware, wouldn't it make more sense to wait for the M2 and then see, what happens with Linux on that chip? Like, why try and the whole thing is I don't really understand why it's in the news. I don't understand why Linux possibly coming to the M1 chip, or at least that there's being work done to it. I just don't see that as a worthy news. Like, no, if you like Linux and you want to tinker around with the Apple M1 chip and try to get it to run on there, that's cool. But for any of you out there who are like, I guess if you have an Apple M1 chip product and you're dying to have Linux come onto it, could you just explain yourself? Like, For one, why'd you buy the Apple M1 chip? Why don't you sell it and get a better computer to run Linux on? Like, I just don't get the hype surrounding Linux possibly coming to the M1 chip. I don't see it, because there is quite a bit of hype and there are quite a bit of people out there that are looking forward to Linux hitting the chip, and I just don't know why. Because there are plenty of products out there much better than the M1 chip when it comes to Linux. Like, much better. The M1 chip, to be honest, I mean, everybody wants to talk about it being awesome, and it's cool. It's freaking cool, but I mean, to be honest, I think the Apple M1 chip, in my opinion, would be much more noteworthy, much more revolutionary if it wasn't an Apple product. See, like, here's the thing. No matter how revolutionary the M1 chip is, or M2 chip, or whatever they launch next, most likely I'm not going to see any benefits or any coolness coming from it, because I won't use Apple products. I won't. I'm tired of it. I used to use Apple products, and I'm glad I got out. I don't want to go back to Apple products, period. So I don't know. It wouldn't affect me if they did something great. If another company that actually was, I don't know, ran better, and not as greedy, yeah, might be interesting, but I don't know. I just don't see it. This was a ranty video. You might disagree. You might agree. Highly doubt it, but no. There could be some people who very much disagree or agree with it. But anyway, speak your opinions down in the comments below. If you liked this very odd type of video, hit the like button. It's very much appreciated. I post videos pretty frequently, almost every day, if not multiple times a day. Yesterday I didn't post anything just because I didn't really have anything that I was ready to talk about. And man, even today I'm a little bit half sure that this is worthy of me to talk about, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, and you're thinking about supporting me, I'll be throwing up the page right now. Here's all the people that support me over on LBRY or Odysee. You can check out the link in the description. Go over there. It's a platform like YouTube, but actually respects you. So you know, you're not data mined for all your information, and you earn LBC, the cryptocurrency the platform's based off of, when you use it, and you can give it to your favorite content creators. Oh, excuse me, I'm not supposed to say that. Your video creators, whatever. You know, help anybody that you like to watch out, and it's much appreciated. Also, I have my Libra Pay, which if you want to go and support me over there, it's always much appreciated. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.